Reading the text. Is it any wonder that most church planters use the term missional? People will join and participate in churches that get outside themselves. Jesus said that we're the salt of the earth and light of the world. That requires involvement with the pagan unbelievers. Those unbelievers will know that we are disciples by our love one for another. As members of a local church, take real care of each other. That forms community. The biblical term is koinonia, for a kind of loving community that God desires. As His called out ones, we're to be using our spiritual gifts to build up each other. That really happens in the USA, but here, international students, it happens some there. Enough the text. Missional. The drive now has become missional, be outreach, to be involved with people. And that's a good thing. It's a whole lot better than being only inreach. The downside is that if anybody knew anything about church history, hardly anybody does, the church has always swung as a pendulum from side to side, from one extreme to the other. So we're going from very internal to very external. And along the way you might find a little balance for a while. But then we get so external, we never have any discipleship or growth. It's got some of this, some of that. It's a tricky business to be, and that is the major challenge for elders, for leaders, for pastors, is how do you bring those together in a way that's healthy and wholesome and biblical and useful and spirit-led and anointed, etc. But we are becoming more missional. People want to get in these missional churches. That's the new thing. Church planters use the term missional. Look at missional churches online. My goodness, there's lots of them. And there's not one kind. There's not one certain thing. But certainly means involvement in the community. People want to be doing that. But we need to be also, besides loving them, we need to be loving one another. So both and, not either or proposition. And as we take, again, I'm giving my 10, 20, 30, 40. I'll talk about that later. 10% integrity, 20% outreach, 30% community, 40% foundation. I'll get that later. That's a whole long series of teachings I'll get into. But 20% of that is outreach, 30% building community, 40% on the foundation. Again, I'll get a lot of that more later. But they need to be reaching them out to bring them into community, into us. We take care of ours. And it's not just us, kind of a social club. We get together, we sing, we listen to these lectures we call sermons. We're not stirred up unto loving good works. We're being convicted of sin. We're not being called to repentance. Our lives are not changed. And I ask people, where's koinonia? Where is real, genuine, organic, tangible fellowship? What's the benefits of membership? I mean, in most organizations, you have to go through a membership process. You have to qualify. You can't just go join the Nurses Association, the Dentist Association. You can't go join the Association of Brain Surgeons just because you think it'd be a good idea. You have to be a brain surgeon. You have to pay dues. Oh my gosh. You have to join the country club. You have to pay dues. You have to keep paying dues or you get dumped out. Well, church doesn't have dues. It has no threshold. Okay. Well, maybe there's threshold. Maybe you be born again or say you're born again. You'll be baptized. But then what? What's the benefits of membership? Well, you can... these days there's a trend towards no designation membership. No, we just throw all that thing out. There's just so much confusion around all these matters. But where is love? Where's agape? Where is again the place to say to express our spiritual gifts? We build up each other. Now again, let's say the last sentence. In the USA, this rarely happens at all. Not never, just rarely. It's not common. It's difficult. Again, you got to fight that hardcore, individualistic, Rambo, solo, John Wayne, Lone Ranger, American stuff. It is more common overseas where they're more communal. They're more relations normal. Now they have the troubles, there's troubles. And so that's why when I get my nonprofit going, God be willing, and I call it our stewardship community, I'm going to deliberately go call upon international students and Marines and Texas Aggies. There is where I find real community. International students, Marines, Aggies. They know community. A typical USA suburban church does not know community in any real sense. Enough said. So in recording,